What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. It's episode 11. There's loads to get through, man, loads to get through. But the FA Cup third round today at home to Sheffield Wednesday. More big games of the Premier League as we fall off top spot, but are still in the top four for now, despite back-to-back losses. And with the January window open, lots of bids to come, I'm sure, for our players. Starting with one right here, Fiorentina, putting in an offer for Rico Henry, but we're going to turn this one down. He's only been here for about 5 months. It wouldn't be realistic for him to move on just now. Maybe in the summer, but not right now, especially with Kirkes being injured. I don't know why, but I can sense a big coming in for Dominic Solanke in this window, so I'll keep you posted on that. First game, FA Cup third round, Sheffield Wednesday at home. Strong lineup for this one here on the back of back-to-back losses, aiming to avoid the cup set and make the fourth round. Come on, you cherries. Solanke, nice turn, finds Sinistera. Great first touch to get away. Brilliantly done from Luis Sinistera. The pace this guy's got, unbelievable. And he'll take it all the way for the finish as well. Yeah, he might have lost his place in the first 11 this season with Jack Clark continuing to develop and Neto coming in. But I still want to keep him for the long term, man. I had him in my save with Swansea, and it was really, really solid. So, yeah, I'd like to keep him in this Bournemouth team. Question is, how do I get him more game time? Bournemouth in front, and when he does get the game time, he's got to provide. In this case, he has, and if Solanke wins about, it's got to be 2. The Owls implode, and Dominic fires just wide. I know that Pedro Neto has not had a great debut season for us, but you would have seen in the last 2 games, starting to play a little bit better. And in games like these are the games where, you know, if you are struggling for form, well, these are the chances to get an easy goal, an easy couple of assists. In the case of Pedro, it is the former. I often recommend that as well. When you're struggling for form with like one individual player, say you've got a striker that's misfiring, hasn't scored in 4 or 5 games, or you know, you've got a goalkeeper that desperately needs a clean sheet, for example. If you go into a game like this one, a cup game where you're taking on a lower league side, listen, let's be honest here. Of course, you know, you want to make sure you win first and foremost, but it's a golden chance for you to get it sorted with one of those individual players. In the case of Pedro Neto, like, yeah, we don't need all of our stars out there for this game. We lost back-to-back, granted, but I'm sure we'd get through even with a backup side. But it's a golden chance for Pedro to get himself a goal. Oh, Tyler Adams has done the same as well. And get back on the score sheet and start feeling good about himself again. But that is a contender for goal of the season. Not sure it was quite as good as Matheus Cunha's long-range free kick, but it's definitely up there. Weaker left foot, Tyler Adams controls, shoots, and Cameron Dawson at full stretch is going nowhere near it. Bournemouth 3-0 up, and we're surely through to the fourth round, half an hour in. Easy. Oh, great block down Neil off the bench, and then Travers pushes it away as we're still leading by 3. Oh, God. Damn it, come on, don't throw the clean sheet. It's a silly goal to concede. I said this in the last episode, man. Like, it infuriates me when I do something like that. It's like I've been in control all game long, and I've just tried to play the ball across my own. I don't know what Mark Travers is doing, to be fair. Play the ball across my own area. No need for that with Henry. And the Owls had themselves a consolation goal. We know the game's already done. But that is so frustrating. I know, and especially in cup football, I get it. It doesn't mean anything. There's no such thing as goal difference in cup football. But it's just one of those moments where it's like, it's nice to get the clean sheet. It's nice to get the confidence of the back line. And then to throw away a silly and a cheap one like that, it's so annoying. I think it's also because like, when I played junior football, you know, obviously many games would be like super high scoring, because that's just the nature of, you know, junior football. And, you know, as someone who played in goal like I did, I love to keep clean sheets. And, you know, sometimes we'd be winning like 6 or 7-0. We knew the game was already done. We'd only played half an hour, you know. But then we'd throw away a cheap goal in the second half. And I'd be like, look, it's all well and good for you guys. Like, you've got yourself a goal or, you know, a couple of goals or an assist or whatever. But I'm trying to keep a clean sheet here. Do you know what I mean? And as Traore Rabon is in a goal to give us our 3-goal cushion back. It's like, you know, don't forget about me between the sticks. I'm not going to get a goal or an assist, but I would like the clean sheet, you know. And it's like, yeah, we switch off and concede a goal. It doesn't matter. The guy's going to win 7-1. But yeah, but I would have liked something as well, you know. Oh dear. Even so, 4-1. And this should be 5 here if Traore gets away, which he does. Good stop by Dawson. And then a bit of a goal glut of a game here in Dorset. We're going to return to winning ways and make it through to the fourth round. Good performance, to be fair. As Senesi almost got his first goal of the season, headed off the line. This has been a crazily action-packed game, man. So much going on. Well, you're not going to see many games where Bournemouth score 4 or 5 even. You know I was trying to get Nato an extra goal there. And Cunha or Solanke don't get a single one. But that just goes to show you, even though they have been our best 2 offensive players, it's still a team sport. 5-1, Nato. You know what? I could have finished that with 3 different players, but I was like, no, one extra pass. I love that strategy, man. Always looking to offload to the free man. And in the end, Nato capitalises for his first brace in a Bournemouth shirt. You don't see that. So through to the 5th round. And I don't think we'll see the draw. No, not yet, because we need to play the replay. But even so, good to get some confidence there with a big win. And there, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen after the. I can't tell you what. I just knew it was going to happen. RC Lens putting in a bid, but it's not the club I would expect him to go to. Listen, I mean, it's a strange offer to say the very least, but. No, I knew I was going to get a bid at some point in this window, but not from RC Lens. Did not expect that, and I'm not going to sell in there either. That's so funny. Like, I just knew Solanke was going to get a bid. I don't know why. I just called it. But anyway, following game, Man City away at the Etihad. Massive clash here. We are still second, but there's only 3 points separating the top 17. So believe me, we've only just begun the second half of the season. We're taking nothing for granted and knowing it's going to be very hard to stay in a Champions League place. Following game away at the Etihad. Call you cherries. Corner, Manchester City, as Pep watches on. 3.5 minutes to go before the break. Still tied at 0-0. And that could have gone anywhere there. Haaland's header cleared off the line by Max Aarons, but it deflects off the hip of our number 1 and behind for a corner. Really big heart-in-mouth moment there. That could have gone anywhere. Still deadlocked at 0-0. I'd certainly take a point in this game, no doubt about it. As the host looks to get in front before the break. Great save by the skipper once again on Rodri. And we should survive until half-time. Still 0-0. And just trying to weather this late storm here. And get down that tunnel. Rodri fires just wide. I often say draws are subjective. Sometimes they're good points, sometimes they're bad points. In this case, it's a great result away at the Etihad Stadium. Yes, still no wins in our last 3 Premier League games, but come on, man. Man City away. I'm taking a point every single time. And I think directly after the game we should see the draw for, here we go, the FA Cup. Oh, it's right there. FA Cup 4th round, and it's a kind one as well. Shrewsbury Town coming to take us on in Dorset. So yeah, that's a very kind draw. And a golden chance to make the last 16 for the first time in the save. Is that the next game? I think it is indeed, yeah. So before that though, we've got transfer, the end of the transfer window as Vinny is coming back from injury. As Wales have offered me the international management job. I haven't done any international management in this year's FC yet. I would at some point, but for now, I'm going to turn it down. I want to focus fully on Wolf. They've probably seen that teenage wonder kid we got in the academy and thought, oh mate, seriously, you can pick a gem so you can lead us for the upcoming competitions. Right, deadline day is here then, and I wonder if we are going to get another bid for Dominic Solanke. For now, it's been RC Lens, an out of Europe Aston Villa side, and Luton Town. I mean, like I said, I'm open to selling him, but only to the right club. So far, that club hasn't put the bid in. Still got the 20 mil in the budget to spend if we want to, but I don't think we should, really. I know no wins in our last 3 years. Oh, that's an interesting one. Wow. I did not plan to do anything noteworthy on deadline day, but Max Aarons has been linked to a whole host of top-level Premier League sides, primarily when he first burst on the scene with Norwich. Not so much nowadays, but even so. Tottenham Hotspur, chance to play Champions League football under Postecoglou in London. That's going to be hard to turn down now. Spurs topped their Champions League group and have taken RB Leipzig in the last 16. So for them to strengthen their chance of qualifying for the CL again, getting through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and bringing in a homegrown, trained-in-nation player that Max Aarons would be. Well, I mean, I would feel personally he's worth a lot more than a market valuation at 12 mil, but it is worth pointing out he's no spring chicken anymore. He's 25 years old, and whilst that's still incredibly young, I guess in modern day football terms, not quite as young as it once was, but I think we should still be able to get around 17 to 18 mil, personally. I mean, we factor all those things in there, and I understand in career mode there's no such thing as homegrown, but even so, it should be considered And for 17.75 mil, I think realistically we should be getting 20, but that's probably realistically the max we can get in the save. He's on his way to North London. Born in London and now returning to the capital, Max Aarons puts pen to paper and is off to Tottenham Hotspur for 17.75 million. Hard to stand in his way, really, with Spurs being a Champions League side right now. That's a tough one because obviously I had no plans to sell him. We've got Adam Smith, who's several ratings lower and retiring at the end of the season as the only man to step in. And whilst again our budget does rise to just over 35 mil, it's only 7 hours to go, so not enough time really to find someone who's not already on our shortlist. And it's slim pickings really. I mean, Issa Kabore and Connor Bradley, two players I was thinking of. At Liverpool and Man City, who could possibly come in as young talents, but unfortunately we haven't got a scout report on either, and Connor Bradley's only just moved on to the side that Spurs will face in the Champions League, RB Leipzig. Brandon Soppy, I've had him before, but annoyingly he's gone out on loan to Cagliari. Jed Spence just moved on to Werder Bremen, so I can't get him either. So really, it only leaves two choices. Nelson Semedo at 31 years old, obviously the Wolves right back, or Valentin Gendry, who I can't even get because Lecce don't have enough depth in the position. So yeah, tough one now. I felt I had to sell him for the realism, but at the moment there's no one I can get in to replace him. So just turned down a bid for Jayden Anthony, and with 2 hours to go, I'm now into the final hour. That means that we can't sell anyone, there's not enough time, but we can sign someone, and unless Lecce have signed a right back, it won't be Valentin, it's not. So we're not going to get the one I wanted, and instead of going for Nelson Semedo, what I'm going to do is go after a target I had last season by deciding not to go after in the end. It's the Danish youngster, Frendrup, who's moved on to Twente last season. He's been now there in the Netherlands for 12 months, but I have to say, looking at his stats here, I don't see why he couldn't play right back. You know, he's got a little bit of pace, high aggression, 88 stamina, you know I love that, and technically, okay, fair enough, 52 crossing, that's not great, but he's got great passing stats and sublime defensive stats too. I think I could bring this guy in and try and convert him to right back. He looks pretty decent in my opinion. I think we'll have to pay a little bit over market valuation, but probably not too much. Let's go 15 mil. They want Tav, funnily enough, but we're not going to accept that. Marcus is a solid player off the bench for us. Let's go 16.5 mil then, slightly less than what we got for Max Aarons, and Twente say, fair enough, 12 months there in the Eredivisie, and now he's going to get his chance in the Premier League. I like the look of this guy, I must say, very versatile. It's a 5-year deal on 34.5 grand a week as his wages get trebled. Welcome to the Premier League, and welcome to the Vitality Stadium as well. A young Danish midfielder I've never used before, but I'm really excited to give him a go, man, because I love his stats, so versatile. I can definitely fill in at right back to replace Max Aarons. Welcome to Bournemouth, Morten Frendrup, and again, 23 years old, so still getting better, still developing. Don't know how much better he can get now in his early to mid-20s, and physically probably done growing, but technically still going up in all areas. And I love players like this where they can just fit in anywhere. You know, they're green in a majority of places, and there's no red, there's no negative to their game whatsoever. If we convert him to right back, he could do that in about a full calendar year. We can convert him to DM, that'll take 2 weeks, and even going forward, he can fill in most positions as well. I love those sort of jack of all trades sort of players. For now, we'll keep him on balance. He'll stay as a CM, but I can play this guy wherever I want, man. He looks like a really solid addition. That's the thing as well. Like even Tyler Adams, like if we won, we've played him at right back a few times, and he's done really well there. So if we want, we could always try and convert the American, although that would take a lot longer to do. But yeah, I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, a bit of a shame to lose Max midway through the season, especially with us not winning any of our last 3 games. But I think I'm okay with the team now as it is between now and the end of the season. 18 mil in the budget. Don't really need to do anything. We replaced Max with Morten. And that's probably that's the best of a bad situation. That's the way I'm summarising my life right now. I'm making the best of a bad situation. So deadline day comes to an end, and you'll see the top deals in the end. Sanchez, I've talked about this guy before. What a baller he is, leaving Bilbao and getting that blockbuster deal to Bayern Munich for 95.7 mil. Ramiro's also left the Basque region and joined Inter Milan as their Handanovic and Onana successor for 51 mil. And John Stones, in the twilight of his career, is going to now do it at the Bernabeu for £47.9 million. So that's it. The January window comes to an end. Spurs poach our right back. We get a new Danish versatile player. And as February is here, we've got 3 more scouting updates, so let's see what we got. We're from England. I'll continue scouting here, but I must say George Sharp looks very good indeed. 3 months in, possibly nephew of Billy Sharp. What a goal scorer he was. We'll think about it. But yeah, continue scouting on these guys for now. In fact, you know what? I might go back and get George Sharp because I quite like the look of him. As for Scotland, though, unfortunately, I don't think anyone's going to get added to the academy this time around. Ben Mackay could be alright. We've got a long way to go. And from America, Kevin Jones' potential is starting to decrease quite a bit here. As for Victor Watson, well, we'll continue scouting just for now. So he looks like a pretty decent young centre half. So the academy now looking like this. I think I'm going to go pick up that Sharp lad. Actually, hold on a sec. Here he is, 48 to 60 overall, 80 to 94 potential. And that's after 3 months of scouting as well. So I don't think he's going to get that much worse in terms of his potential range. So the academy now looking like this. Are you guys the same as me? When you see a player of like I mean, I wouldn't say Sharp is a famous surname, but it's kind of up there. Lee Sharp as well. Although he had an E on the end of his name, didn't he? Did Lee Sharp? Was it Lee Sharp with an E, or was it just Lee Sharp in general? I don't know. What am I talking about? But anyway, George Sharp. I must say, I quite like the look at this guy. 77 strength, good pace, good jumper, high aggression as well. And 4-star skills as well. But of course, the standout does remain Lee Wynn. I mean, we're talking about a new right back when Max Aaron's gone. Well, he is the potential successor. Maybe not this season, but definitely from next season onwards. I'm thinking if we don't sign one, I might just throw this guy in the deep end. Right, following game and should be a banker as Frender makes his debut at right back. FA Cup, 4th round against League One Shrewsbury Town, where we should have an easy passage into the last 16 of the competition for the first time in the save. Let's not bottle it here. Come on, you cherries. Vinicius back in the lineup for this game as well. First game since the injury as NATO looks for Frendrup and finds him. Our new, let's call him versatile player. Oh, what a ball as well. Oh, what a goal. A debut assist for Frendrup. But it's all about Tavernier. It was just pulled off. An absolute beauty. And I just realised I was trying to run to the subs and me, and I just realised I'm on the other side of the pitch. I say, Marcus, behind you, mate. Frendrup with a debut assist, though, whipping it in. 2-star eagle left foot. 53 crossing, does not matter one bit. Tower the acrobatic, Bournemouth in front. I have to say, we've scored some wonderful goals this season, haven't we? You know, the Tav acrobatic there, but the Tyler Adams scorcher in the last round. The free kick from Matthias Cunha against Palace, one of the best goals in FC24. And we also scored a really nice team goal against Brighton, and I don't score many of those. However, Solanke is back on the score sheet after none in his last few. Bournemouth double up 28 minutes in, and whilst he's staying until the end of the season at least, surely in the summer, someone's going to put a bid in for Dominic Solanke. And when I say someone, I mean someone like Spurs or Liverpool or Arsenal. I'm still stunned we haven't had a bid from one of those clubs for our top scorer for what will be now be, surely, the 2nd year in a row. Lovely ball to NATO, because he's not just getting the goals, but the assists as well. And he might have another one here for Pedro, whose shot is blocked and cleared. So I've moved Frenderick to the left back for this second half. And I'm going to really enjoy having him in the team, man. I can already tell. There's something to be said for players that are so versatile, and their versatility is like their main asset, you know. I think of players like Daley Blind. Daley Blind was that kind of guy. Is he still playing or is he retired now? But Daley Blind was that kind of guy. Like he was never going to be the best physical player ever. He's never going to be the quickest. Never going to be the strongest. Never going to be the guy who's going to win every aerial duel. But technically he was solid. But most importantly, his biggest asset was the fact that you could play Daley Blind wherever. Like, you could play this guy wherever you want and he would do a decent job, man. Seriously, a Frendrup to me, as he gets on the run there, is going to be that guy in his team, I think. As he's going to get his 2nd assist on his debut as Hamid Traore off the bench wraps it up. Bournemouth into the 5th round. Granted, it's a League One side, but a confident win here. And back to winning ways as Frendrup makes a mark on his debut as well. Bring on the last 16. Back to matters in the Premier League and needing to return to winning ways in this competition as well. Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge after none in our last 3. We're clinging on to a top 4 place, but the Blues will leapfrog us to a win here in West London. Huge games, try and follow on from here. Come on, you cherries. Sterling to Noni Madueke. And his shot from range is blocked and cleared by Alex Scott, but Chelsea got us absolutely penned in our half right now. 20 minutes in, I have not seen the Chelsea goal as Nicholas Jackson fires in the opener. His story's so inspiring, and thus he'll always have a fan in Doxy Boy. But I'm not his biggest fan tonight because he's got his 5th in 13 games and unfortunately opened the scoring here in West London. Oh, man. There's going to be no wins in 4 unless we can come from behind to win this. And possibly just 1 point taken from 12. Listen, oh my goodness. It's a really tight table. But the most important thing is we just don't capitulate. Oh, easy, easy, easy. Oh, what a tackle. Oh, what? That give me a straight red as well. No, it's a booking. But that... Hold on a second, Mr. Referee. Because I'm doing my little... Oh, did he get the ball for... do you know what? It's actually quite hard to tell from that angle. I'm doing my little finger swirl thingy, you know, when you see that in the NBA saying challenge it, go to the VAR. That to me looked like a good tackle initially. As Nkunku puts it in bottom corner to make it 2-0. I thought that was a fair tackle for Zabani. I must have missaw that. Initially, I thought Zabani timed this brilliantly. Slides in. Oh, no. Do you know what? Sorry. No. There we go. That's definitely a penalty. My mistake. He comes through Nicholas Jackson. I was going to say, he gets so much of the ball. I actually thought he got the ball. No. That's a great decision by the referee and no VAR needed. Yeah, that's why these are Premier League level officials and Doxy Boy needs to book himself an optician's appointment because that is clearly a penalty and the right decision as well. But I'll always admit it, when I've got it wrong, I'll hold my hands up and accept it. I missaw that. Right decision. No. It's going to be free. It's going to be free. You know, if you don't count those FA Cup games and you just look at league form, it is going to be played 4, 1-0, drawn 1, lost 3. 1 point taken from 12. And okay, these have been pretty tough games, granted, but at the end of the day, this is not going to keep us in a Champions League place, and we'll fall out of it on the conclusion of this game as well. Never mind Champions League, it won't be good enough for European football altogether. This has been absolutely shocking. Oh, what a ball for Tazy. Well, this is up there as potentially the worst loss of the season. And following the defeat as well, Mark Trowers probably saw us ship forward for, hang on a second, why am I on the bench when I could be starting instead? He says, boss, got to be honest with you, I think me not getting games starting to damage my career. I want to get away and make a fresh start somewhere else. So yeah, Trowers is going to go. We gave him the contract extension in the summer. And I said, don't leave us, stay with us, and at some point you might take over from NATO, but after 6 months, he's got cold feet, or in this case, cold hands, I guess. And a bid comes in from Sociedad from the Basque region. Going to turn that one down. I'll try and sell him within England, but if I can't, then I'll consider other options for him instead. Right, following game, aim to bounce back here at home to Newcastle United. We've not just drop out the top 4, but dropped down to 7th as well. That is because of how tight it is right now in the league table. 16 games to go and a massive tough clash to try and bounce back on it. But we did win at St James's. Now we need to try and win in Dorset after none in our last 4 in the league. Come on, you Charros. Granted, don't get me wrong, these fixtures have been tough, but you know, you still got to play for pride, right? And at the moment, I've just not been on it. But again, the key is just not to capitulate. When you're going through such a tough run, you just have to make sure you keep your head, you know. Keep your head and keep trying your best. Because, granted, you feel as though the outcomes... Oh, I'm not going to watch the celebration. I'm starting to get a bit annoyed. You feel the outcome's probably going to be the same pre-game anyway. Most likely another L. But at the end of the day, you just have to believe that at some point, you will get it sorted. Just can't capitulate and just completely give up, you know. Eventually, you have to believe the tide will start to turn, albeit probably later rather than sooner. Still down by a goal here, and we're going to do well to get back in this. You know, it's why when we were briefly top, and I mean briefly top for 1 game week, I wasn't sat there thinking, oh, we might go win the championship. What a season that could be. Like, no, like, I'm sorry, but got to think realistically. It's not going to happen. We're not at that level yet. We're nowhere near at that level yet. We're building something really cool here with Bournemouth. It's going to take some time, and for now, we should just focus on a European place. Doesn't even need to be top 4. 5th, 6th, 7th, that would do me fine. Even Conference League would be more than good enough in this our second season. What a ball, NATO! And Cunha! Fires in the leveller before the break. What a fantastic ball! And a great finish by Matthews. With the criticism he's had, Pedro Neto. He has provided certain moments of magic, including a wonderful assist there for Cunha's 10th for the year. No, 9. I thought he had 10. Well, even so, 1 away from double digits. And back on level terms. Come on, man. Come on. We've got to stem the flow. We've got to stop the rot. Even if we can't win, got to at least get a point here. Then something positive. Cannot afford to have yet another loss in this incredibly tough run. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, my goodness. Carved open too easily. And Harvey Barnes puts Newcastle back in front. Senesi to Clark. And there is... Oh, Solanke, great touch. Oh, Dan Burn. Big Dan Burn. With a big block at the back as it's still 2-1. We're still in it. I fancy a chance of getting another goal. The problem is getting carved to it open too easily defensively. Nato says that's why Travers is leaving. He's kept us in the game. 21 minutes to go. I still think we might get one late chance for a second goal. But the key is going to be getting stops, man. Like if you want to come back, you need to stay tight defensively as well. It's all well and good scoring, but if you can't stop a team, you're not going to chip away at that deficit. Come on. Oh, Dubravka with the save. Still time, but not much left. Need a goal. Need a goal. And he gets it for us. He's done it again. Dominic Solanke. Where would we be without this guy? And there we go. A point for the Cherries, courtesy of the late Solanke header. And we will take it. At the end of the day, sometimes you just need to know when it's a good point, you know. And in this case, it definitely is. Newcastle going for the title. Us with no wins in 4. Listen, I get it. It's now no wins in 5. We haven't returned to winning ways yet. But listen, it's a point which I'm glad to get as we get 2 more bids here from Mark Travers, Sporting Lisbon. Don't mind that one, to be fair. And Galatasaray from Turkey as well. We're going to do the draw for the... Well, eventually we'll do the draw for the FA Cup 5th round. And we'll see who we've got in the last 16. And I think we'll end on that Leicester game as well. So in the last 16... It's Spurs. It's Spurs. Plenty of EFL clubs still remaining. Stoke play Tranmere. Ipswich are away at Goodison Park. Chelsea play host to West Brom. Burnley vs Lincoln. Arsenal vs Watford. Liverpool vs QPR. Unfortunately, I guess we couldn't have had too much more luck after 2 EFL Cups, EFL sides in the last 2 rounds. Spurs at home, that's a very tough one to get through there. Right, next up, Leicester City at home as we aim to get back to winning ways here at the Vitality after none in our last 5. Come on, you Cherries. It's worth pointing out if I can be a little kind to myself. I mean, you know, granted our defence has been shocking, but Vinicius was down for 4 weeks, missed practically all of January. Kirkis is still down, lest we forget, the Hungarian. So Rico Henry is filling in and not quite as good as the Hungarian international. And obviously, Max Aaron's got sold on deadline day, and we're playing a midfielder in right back right now. So, like, granted, you know, it's not exactly been easy, as our back line has had quite a bit of change recently in order to get a consistent run of clean sheets going. That's the thing, like, it's hard to get a consistent run of clean sheets when your back line isn't consistent. We need to keep changing it. There's Frederick does well there. Pedro gives it him back. And now into Cunha. And Dom, great touch. And puts it wide. But if I can't defend, I've just got to score more at the moment. I'm not doing much of that either. Frederick wins it back. There's Barney into the middle. There's Alex Scott and now Tyler Adams. Pedro's ahead of him. And Luke Thomas has turned into prime Arsenal Ashley Cole. I mean, he has been absolutely brilliant in that left back role today, keeping Neto quiet. So if that's the case, you're struggling to beat someone in a back line and you're on one side, get down the other side. Try something different. Oh, what a ball Solanke. Oh my goodness, Luke Thomas today. This is crazy. This is indeed prime Arsenal / early seasons Chelsea Ashley Cole. He's been unbelievable. Well, he's brilliant all his Chelsea career, but even so, Luke Thomas or Ashley Cole, I can't tell the difference out there. It's just stopping everything. Cunha to Henry. Matthews. Dom. Through the gap, and John Clark dispossessed by Suter as we're still... Just don't overthink it, just hit it. Come on. 5 to go, and we'll try and push for a late winner. Jack Clark with a goal, ends a mini goal drought, but can we get it? Is there enough time for us to flip this script and win the game late? Well, it's been a very tough run indeed, and that is going to continue. Back-to-back draws, and no wins in 6 in the Premier League. For Bournemouth, fans starting to lose patience. Champions League was always a dream, but it's a dream that's becoming a distant memory now. It's all now about just trying to keep ourselves in the hunt for a Europa or Conference League place, because we just cannot buy a win. And that'll do it for today's episode, guys. So massive thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode, aiming to keep ourselves in the hunt for a European place in the Premier League with more big games, with 14 games remaining, and we'll have the FA Cup last 16 host of Tottenham Hotspur as Max Aarons will return, and we aim to make the quarterfinals for the first time in the save. Have a great day. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.